Hi everyone, I'm Sheila and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. So today we're going to start on our hands and knees. So let's get into that position. Hands are underneath your shoulders and knees are underneath your hips. And let's just take some work through that lower spine. We're going to take a deep breath in. From this flat back position, we're going to exhale and make that lower back come to the ceiling as the rest of our body accommodates that. And then come back into a neutral flat back. Again, deep breath in, exhale, and here we go. Back into our cat position, engaging our abdominals. And come back to neutral. Let's take two more. Again, breath in. Exhale and into your cat. See if you can extend the range a bit more on this third one. And then come back into neutral. We're holding onto those abs. Last time, deep breath in. Exhale and coming up with that back towards the ceiling. And then come back to neutral. Now we're going to do the cow. Deep breath in from this neutral position. Exhale and push through into your curved position, your cow position. Belly goes to the floor, hips tilt, hips come up. Neutral. Here we go. And going into our second cow. Shoulders are down. You're pressing down through the hands. Heads are lifting. Come back to neutral. Repeat. And here we go. Cow. Make sure you're breathing. And neutral. And once again. And cow. Good. And come back to neutral. Good. Let's take the whole thing from cat to cow. So deep breath in. Exhale, pushing up into your cat position, really stretching through that back. And then push through and go into your cow. Repeat. Rolling up. Really getting a little bit more full range through that spine as we go from one position to the next. Pressing down with the hands, down with the shoulders. And here we go. Third time, lift, and press down, and push. And last time, roll it up, and push down, and into your cow. Come back to neutral position, curl the toes under. Bring the hands closer to you, and let's just rock through the heels, the feet, but we're also getting more lengthening through that lower back, and then roll through the feet so that the under part of your toes gets a stretch. And here we go, back and coming forward and repeat 2 more times. Push back and come forward, really pushing into those toes, and roll it back and come forward, pushing through those toes. Release the toes, move back just a little bit, and let's take a follow through all the way. So from here with our spine, deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going into the cat. Now we're going to walk our hands forward, push our hips forward, and then undulate the hips down and come more into that cat, extended cat position. Here we go, lifting the heads up. Stick the derriere up into the ceiling, up towards the ceiling, and roll back through that spine and go into a child's pose. Repeat. Lower back comes up as you lift the hips up, push through the hips, arc, and lift. Releasing through the hips, all the way back, allowing that spine to undulate through your cow and drop down. Heads are loose. 2 more. Lower back, lift, up, push, arc. It might feel like it's getting easier to manipulate the spine. And come back, all the way back into your child's pose. And rest, head goes down. Last time. Coming up, lift. Hands can inch farther forward if you need to. And come up, right? Let's hold this just for a moment. Good. Really letting the hips start to open up on the front of the hip flexors as the spine is continuing to get into this arc. Good. And then come back up to your hands and knees position, bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders, and we have the knees underneath the hips. Taking that front arm, let's bring it to the center here, and now we're going to support ourselves on that arm there and let our back arm come up, unfold, and get a little twist in the spine. And then coming through, we're going to go into thread the needle position, opening up and reach. And come up, lengthen and stretch. And come up, drop, open, and lengthen. Good, let's take it 2 more times. We'll add a little variation. Lift, unfold the arm, and now bring that arm behind you and really press the shoulder up to the ceiling. So we're getting more of a spinal twist there. Bring the arm up, come through into your thread the needle, how far up can you get? Letting that head twist, elbow lifts on the supporting arm. And once more, and lift up, come to the original position, bring the hand behind, and then open the shoulders a little bit more. Good. Lift the arm up, come through, thread the needle, opening that that elbow, and reach. Good. Come back to neutral position. Just notice how that side feels. You might feel like you've got more flow through the side that we just reached with. So let's take it to the other side, bringing the hand we worked with right in the middle there, and unfold the other arm. Now you might find that one side feels a little stiffer or more challenging than the other. And that's all to do with how we ordinarily move, we habitually move. And now we're moving into that thread and needle position here. Let's take that again. Bring that arm in, lift, and unfurl, way out there. Good, come through, stretch into your thread the needle position, out there, try and move out there as far as you can. And then let's take a variation. So we're coming up, stretch, and now we're bringing that arm behind, open that shoulder up. Really try to press and open up. Bring that arm up, come through, slide, and now you're in the thread the needle position. And see if you can get a little bit more of a twist there. This supporting elbow is bending up. And our last time, come up, lift, twist, reach, bring that hand behind, and then open the shoulders. Really press down with the bottom shoulder and up with the top shoulder to really twist through that spine. Unfurl, reach the arm up, slide, and go into your thread the needle position. Good. And then come back to your neutral position. Notice if you feel like you've got an equal stretch on both sides. And let's just take a wag the tail. So we're going to make our hip go to the side, directly side, and then side to the other side. Letting the head try and follow. So it's going to the same side as that hip. And twist. And you can feel this in your lower spine. And reaching over to the front. And to the back. Good. And repeat. Over to the front. And to the back. Excellent. Come back to neutral. We're going to come back and bring our hands into onto our hips so we can feel the hip flexors there. And we're going to push up. So we're coming up and coming down. And if you need a little more support on your knees, you can put some extra padding on the knees, or you can fold your mat so it has a little bit more padding for your knees there. Good. Now we're going to come up and we're going to put our hands on the back, so small of the back there. And from here, we're going to press the hips a little bit more. And again, open up the front of the body here. So we're again sort of replicating a cow type of movement there. Come up, right, come down. Repeat. Coming up. Press, hips go forward, allow the upper body to go. Your shoulders are going down towards the elbows are squeezing together. Good, coming up right, and come down. We've got 2 more. Lift, press the hips. Going into that back bend position, feeling maybe a stretch on the front of your neck there. And let's take that again. Lift up, breathe, press the hips forward. Opening up the front of the body, how far back can you get? Excellent. Coming up right. Let's bring our arms up over our head. And now we're going to twist to the front. Drop this hand down towards that ankle and reach the other hand up. And so we've got sort of a slight twisted diagonal stretch going through our body. Coming back up. And switch to the other side. Hand goes down. Twist, lean back a little bit, but keep the hips forward so you're getting a nice twist there. Good. And come up right. Let's take that again. Reach to the back. Press. You might want to bend the elbow to see if you can get a little more arc in that spine as you reach that bottom hand towards that heel, and come up. So we're all about trying to open up the spine in various ways. So back hand is on that heel, reaching the hand straight up, and we're sort of pushing our hips more to the front and maybe bending this back elbow so we get more of a real good twisted stretch there. Excellent. Coming up and coming down. Excellent. So from here, adjust your position. We're going to be lifting the legs up and going into a forward bended fold through the hips. So from here, we're coming up. We step forward with that back leg and press forward with this front hip. And come upright to a straight position. And bend and press. Good. And straighten. We've got two more. Bend and press. Opening this up. And straight. Good. And bend and press. Good. Way out there. And straight. Bring that leg back in and let's take it to the other side. So we're leg forward. I'm just adjusting my mat there. And from here, we're pressing forward. Way forward. Good. And come up straight with that leg. And bend forward. See how far forward you can get to open up that back hip flexor. And straight. Two more. And bend. Over. Good. And come up straight. And last time. Bend forward. Way out there. Good. And come up. And then from here, bring that leg in. And let's sit down. Good. Let's get off our knees for a moment and turn to the other side. So we're sitting down on our derriere. Our knees are still bent. Our backs are straight. And work a little bit in our abdominals. So from here, deep breath in. As we exhale, we're doing that cat position, but really thinking about our abdominals being nice and tight, engaging. And then push through. Here's our cow. Coming back up, shoulders are down. 4 of these. So we're rolling to the back. Breathing. Good. And push through. And roll up. Let's repeat that. So you can see that there's a ripple that's happening through the spine, but at the same time, we're really engaging the abdominals. And up. And here's our last one. Rolling to the back. Good. And push through and come upright. So let's go back into what we call our C curve. Arms are out. And let's just hold on to our abdominals. Keep that lower back curve. And we're going to just bring one arm up and switch. And the other arm up. So we're alternating positions. Holding on to the abs. Good. Keep going. Keeping the knees straight up to the ceiling. And last time. Switch. And switch. Let's make a fist now and continue. Back and up. Keep going. Reach and lift. Beautiful. You might really be feeling this in your abdominals. Lift and out and lift. Now bring both hands together. We're still with a fist and we're going to take a twist. Elbow goes back. So we're starting to get into some of the obliques. Still holding on to those abdominal muscles. Reach back and front. Other leg, arm back and front. 2 more sets. Pushing it out and front and back and front. Last time. Letting the head go with you. Good. Front and back and front. Take a hold of your hands. Push through. Roll up. Excellent. Let's straighten the legs out. And let's just take a little work with our feet. So we're going to take our front leg and flex it. Switch, change, going through the ball of foot and get the other leg up. Push through. So that you're going to meet at the ball of foot position for the feet, but then they go off in their opposite directions. So our front foot is now flexing. You might feel this through your Achilles, your lower legs. And then we have one more set. Lift, balls of feet and up. And once more, lift. Good. Let's take those legs, feet, and just shake them out a little bit. And now we're going to take a flex with both. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to just push the hips forward and back. So we're going to take the front hip and push it to the front and let the back hip go to the back and then push and change. And you notice how as you do this action, even though it's motivated by your hip, you're our body is going to reflect this. Let's take that again. Push it out. Good. And shift. And we have one more. Keeping that back straight. Push it out. Good. And out. Now we're going to take the same thing, but we're going to add something to it. So from here, make sure you get the divine flush out. Reset your position. Press that hip forward. We're going to take this hand and put it on the outside of the back hand, and then reach the back hand forward, up, pressing against that leg. You're going to twist to get more of a twist through that whole spine. Hip. That front hip is still going front. Come forward and reach and change. So you can see with the level of your feet which leg is pressing out. Let's take that again. Push the front leg up. Grab a hold of the leg with that front hand and reach the back hand to the back with that twist. Shift. Everything changes to the other side. Push and twist. How far back can you make your hand go? Let's take two more. Reach, lift, up, twist. Maybe you can even go past directly back and go into slight diagonal there. Really twisting that spine so that you're getting a good wringing out of the spine. See if you can get farther back. Let's take that once more. Reach, lift, up, and twist. Good. And last time. Reach forward, up, and twist. Excellent. Come back. Let's keep the thighs out. And let's bring the feet back up into a bent knee position. Backs are straight. And go back into our C curve. So here we go. Now this time, working on the abdominals and the obliques, we're going to bring our hands up and fold the hands into the crook of the elbow. And we're going to take side movements. So we're going to the side with the elbows, staying level, and then shift to the other side. We're trying to keep the knees straight up. Reach over to the side. Shift and side. We've got two more. Reach it over to the side. Good. And shift and side. And once more. Push it over to the side. Excellent. And shift and side. Let's come back to the front. Twist here. Now we're going to lift our elbows over our heads and come back down. Our lower backs are still in that C curve. We're engaging the abdominals. Lift and down. Two more. Don't let those knees wobble. Lift and down. And lift up and down. Moving over with the elbows to the back. We have lift up and down. And lift and down. Good. Lift it up and down. And lift it up and down. Coming back to neutral. Hands down. Push through. Undulate through the spine. And come upright. Let's slide our elbows back. Push our lower backs to the floor. Bring our legs a little bit closer to us. So we're pressing that lower back into the floor. Still engaging the abdominals. Don't let yourself sag into the shoulders there. We're going to just lift that front leg up with a pointed foot. Lift the knee up and down. Going through the foot and down. Lift it up and down and lift. Back leg. Push through the foot and down. Keep those abs engaged. And down. Repeat. Lift and down and up and down. Now we're going to lift the leg up. Rotate the leg out, so we're getting a little inside thigh work there. Come back to center and come down. Repeat. Lift it up. Open the knee. Your back leg is staying as your anchor and down. Make sure you're not sinking into the shoulders. Open it out. Lift it up and down. Last time. Lift it up and open and lift. Other side. Spring the foot up. Rotate out. And come back in, and foot goes through. And lift, and open it out. Feel that stretch in the inside thigh, good. And down. Repeat 2 more times. Lift, and open, and up. Good. Pushing through the foot, and lift, and open. And lift up, and down. From here, repeat. Lift, open it to the side. Now try and extend the leg out to the side, which is going to increase that inside thigh stretch. Come back in to that bent knee position, to the chest here, to the head, foot down. Let's take it to the other side, so we'll alternate now. Lift, open it out. Now extend that leg out to the side. If feeling that reach. Come back in, feeling the inside of the thigh get some work. Knee, foot down. Repeat. Front leg, lift, open it out, extend it to the side, and in, knee to the head, foot down, and lift, open it out, stretch it to the side, good, and come in, and knee, and down, 2 more, lift, keep making sure that you don't sag into those shoulders, and up, and we're still maintaining some tension in the abdominals, and come in, and knee, last time, weigh in, open it to the side, stretch it out, good, come in, knee, and down, knee, open it out, extend it to the side, come back in, knee to the forehead, foot down, excellent, stretch the legs out, push through that lower back, and arch up. Let's keep our feet pointed, and we're going to roll back down all the way. And then exaggerate that push up. So we're tilting the hips, arching up, coming upright. Let's take that again. Roll down. Good. Arms up, arch through, lift, and come up. And roll down. Breathe. Reach out, arch, and lift. Let's take that one more time. And so we're working the spine. Roll down, out, arch, and lift up. Now, inching yourself onto those sit bones. Let's take a forward fold. So from here, lift, we're folding from the hips. We're going to just go to a diagonal position, way out over those legs. And you start to engage the hamstrings there. But we've lengthened through that spine, so we can now really focus on the hamstrings there. And come upright. Breathe. Inhale. Flex the hands and the feet. And we're going to go again into that flat back. With the flexed feet, you may find you can't go as far, and you are getting still more of a stretch in the hamstrings there. Come back up, point the feet. And let's take that again, once in each position with those feet. Here we go. Flat back. Good. And lift up. Flex the hands and the feet. Lift and going over into that flat back. Good. Really feeling the stretch that you're getting there. And come upright. Okay, just for a moment, just shimmy out a little bit. And now we're going to take a full forward fold. So get the divine flesh out from underneath you. Arms up. Feet are going to be pointed. Your legs are parallel. Lift. Going through that flat back. And then allow yourself to layer the chest onto the thighs, and the heads are down. So this is the first full stretch in the hamstring that we've really done. So let's take 4 deep breaths, trying to ease down in the exhalation of each of those 4 breaths. So here we go. Deep breath in. Exhale, inch the hands out. Drop the body over. You're folded from the crease in the hips, in the front of the hips. Heads are loose. Shake them out. Shake the shoulders out. Breath in. Exhale, reach and drop over. Good. 2 more. Breath in. Exhale and reach. And last time. Deep breath in. Exhale and reach. Heads are down. Now take the back hand. We're going to do a similar thing with the positioning of our hands here. We're going to take this back hand and put it against the ankle there. And then we're going to twist and open up the front arms. So we're sort of looking out through a window. And then come down, shift the hands. So front hand's going to the outside of the back leg. And then twist, using the pressure of the hand against the ankle to twist. And come back down. Let's repeat that. From here, reach, out, and twist. And you're going to really feel this in your lower spine. Coming down, twist, reach, and out. Keep those feet pointed. And lets us come back down to our forward fold position. And notice if by doing those twists you can get a little farther over. Again, make sure that head is nice and loose. And reach the arms out past the toes if you can, and upright. And let's take that whole series with a flex position. So again, divine flesh is out from underneath you. Feel those 2 sit bones. Lift up. We're going into that flat back position and maintaining the flexed feet and drop down, layering the chest over the legs and just hang. Shake those heads out, shoulders loose, maybe wiggle the hips a little bit and notice what kind of stretch you've got in this position. Here's our 4 breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands out and drop. Good. Second breath, inhale. Exhale, reaching those hands out and trying to lower the body down as you allow the breath to come out. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach. And last time. Breath in. Exhale and lengthen. Checking the head, checking the shoulders. And now let's take that last variation we did with the pointed feet. So we're taking the back hand, putting it against the ankle there, and then pressing and opening out. Reaching way out with that arm, feeling the length of that stretch in the side body. Come down, shift the hands, reach, and look to the back. Really trying to extend that reach through that side body and the arm. Let's take it once more. Hand comes down, reach, and we're looking through this little space we've created. Way out there. Good. And then come down, other side, reach, and lengthen. Clearly, you're going to feel this in your hamstrings. And then come back to your regular forward fold here and lower the body down. And you may find, again, that you've gotten a little bit farther over and that you've stretched out those hamstrings even more. So shake that head out, wiggle the shoulders, and wiggle the hips. And let's take one more deep breath in and exhale. And now reach out past the feet if you can, lift, coming to an upright position. Excellent. And then just shake the legs out. Let's go back into a roll down to the floor. So we've got our back straight. We're rolling down, our feet are pointed, so are engaging the legs there, and come down. Excellent. Let's fold the legs up, press the lower back into the floor. Maybe scoot down on the mat if you need to. Make sure your head's on the floor. And our feet are close to our derriere there. And we're going to roll up through the spine from the bottom up towards the mid-spine there. So you can rest your hands at the sides, deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to tilt the hips so the tailbone comes off the floor. Roll through, lift, coming up. And we're going to go into a slant, a straight slant there. So you're pushing your knees away from you, and you're balancing somewhere on your shoulder blades there. Really letting the hips lift up. Good. And let's come back into a reverse roll back down through that spine. So we've got the spine going down one vertebra at a time as we keep the tailbone lifted, going into the hips. Our head, necks, and shoulders will reflect this position, and then come back into neutral position there on the floor. Let's take that again. Breath in, exhale. As you roll up, get the tailbone off, pressing the lower back into the floor as it peels off, coming back up to your bridge, your slant, straight slant bridge. There's not an arc there. And then come back down again. So again, we're working with the spine, trying to articulate through the spine, and we're starting to engage some of our glutes and our legs, and come back to neutral. Now this time, if you want to bring your heels a little bit closer to you, we're going to hold that position. So in that bridge. So here we go. Deep breath in, exhale, rolling through that spine, coming up into your bridge, and get a nice secure position. So your knees are away from you, going away from you, and we're going to take some pulses through our derriere, through our glutes. So here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to tilt our hips to the front. We're still in a bridge. Then we're going to go into a diagonal pulse. 2, 3 with the hips. 4, keep going. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Come back to neutral, to your centered position. Let's take 8 more. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8. Tilt to the back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Come back to neutral. And let's take 8 more. Here we go in the neutral position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to tilt from front to back. So we're tilting front, switch back, and front. Use those legs and the glutes. And front, and back. Good. And front, and back. Come back to neutral. We're going to go back down to our resting position, 1 vertebra at a time. Excellent. Let the head, neck, and shoulders reflect what's happening in that spine, still engaging your abdominals, and come to your neutral position. Excellent. Let's bring the legs up, hug the knees into the chest. You can put your hands on the knees or else have your knees go into the crook of your elbow there. And just give a nice, gentle pull towards your chest to open up the area that we just worked in those glutes. From here, bring your hands and bring them in front, in between the legs. Put your heels together, open the knees out. Hands will come down, and you're dropping the knees down, and you're going to feel it again, an inside thigh stretch there. Come up, and then come in to your hugging the knees to the chest position. Feel that lower back getting stretched down to the floor. Your tailbone might be off the floor. Let's repeat that. Hands come in, feet together, drop the knees down, and open. Excellent. Come back in, and come back to your hugging the knees into the chest. Good. Let's bring the legs straight up to the ceiling here. Flex the heels out, rotate the legs out, and we've got some space in between the legs there. And then we're going to bend the knees down as far to the side as we can as we hold on to the heels with our hands. So again, we're working that inside thigh area, but also opening up some of that glute work that we did. So we're pressing into the floor with our knees. Good. Now drive the heels back up again. And let's take that once more. Really flex out through those heels. Your feet are trying to stay really flexed as if you're walking on the ceiling. Driving the knees out to the side, opening up the inside thigh and the glutes. Good. All right, come back into the hugging the knee position. Let's let the legs fly out to the back and then allow them to help you come to an upright position. Excellent. All right. So how are you all doing? I hope that's helping you. We've done a lot of spine work. Now we're going to do a little more hip and inside thigh work. So let's come to a bent knee position with our legs. Our backs are nice and tall, and our divine flesh is really out and not preventing us from having a straight back. So let's drop the legs down. From here, we're going to lift this knee in and then shoot this leg out and try and roll towards that front knee. So we're doing some hip work here. We're rolling this down. Good. Come back to neutral position. Bring the leg in. And once again, lift the knee front and slide it to the back. Roll the hip and allow the upper body to go with you. We've got 2 more of those. Come back to neutral and bring that leg in. It goes beyond the bottom knee. Stretch it out. Roll the hip. Good. And come back to neutral. And last time, here we go. We bring that knee in. We've got a pointed foot here on both legs. Stretch out and roll it, allowing the upper body to go with you. And come back to neutral and bring that leg in and let it rest. Good. Come to a sitting up position and just notice the difference between the hip that we just worked on and the one we haven't done yet. Let's go to the other side. Legs up. Come to the side here. Adjust your position. Feet are pointed. Bring that knee forward. Now this first time you might really feel something a little bit intense in that hip. And now we're going out and we're rolling and dropping over. You might also find that you're getting a little stretch in the glute area as we do that roll. And that helps to stretch out what we did previously. So the knee comes forward, stretch it out, neutral position, roll it. Let that hip come forward, let the upper body go with it. And then come back to neutral and bring it in. Here we go, third time. Push the hip forward. By now it should feel much easier to do. Reach it out, roll it, and twist with the upper spine. Come back to neutral, and last time, bring that leg in, push it past that bottom knee, stretch that leg out, roll it, and twist. Excellent. Come back to neutral position, bring that leg up and allow it to line up. Come to the front, sitting up nice and tall, and get the divine flesh out from underneath you. Excellent. Let's bring the legs up and go into a diagonal position here and do one of our favorite exercises here to help open up the hips. We're going to drop this knee down. Now, keeping this knee where it is, we're going to open that knee out. So we're working through that right hip and up and out. Good. Drop it down and over and lift and open it out. Really increasing the stretch in each direction as you go into this fourth set. Excellent. Come up right. Again, make sure that you're really sitting up nice and tall, and let's take it to the other side. So we've got the left knee going down, this leg stays with the knee straight up. Come up and open and drop it over. Good. Lift up and open. We've got two more. Drop it over. Lift up and open. Excellent. And drop it down. Good. Lift it up and open. Excellent. Come back to your neutral position. Stretch those legs out. Let's take a flex and circle around with those feet, sitting up tall. And so you're circling with the big toe here, around. Good. Two more. Circle it around and circle it around. Let's reverse that to the opposite side. Reaching out with a little toe, making that be the motivator for this circle. Around. Good. Circle it around and circle it around. Good. And once again, let's reset. Get the divine flesh out from underneath you, sitting up nice and tall with a flex position. We're going to twist so that our shoulders reflect the line of this right leg. And we're going to slide down and bring the top arm over. So we're getting a deeper side body stretch. Working with the spine on a sideways stretch. Good. Twist the body, drop the hands down, and drop the head down towards that leg. Opposite hip stays on the floor. Take the front hand, bring it against the back of that ankle, and now we're going to twist in the opposite direction. You can move the back hand a little bit to help give you some more leverage. So we're really working that spine as we're stretching through this leg. Come back to center, drop the head down into that knee, and then roll up through the spine, and you'll find that we are ready and set up to go to the other side. So here we go. Slide. Reach the top arm over, keeping both hips on the floor. Open up to the side. Way out there. Good. And then from here, we're going to come around and drop down, keeping the stretch going on this hamstring. Take the front hand, bring it to the back of the ankle there. Adjust the back hand and press so you get a twist in the opposite direction. Excellent. Come back to your neutral position, nose to the knee, and then roll up through the spine. Excellent. Let's open the legs up a little bit more, and we're going to repeat that. So reset that whole position. You're going to find that you get more of a wide stretch through here. And if you need to, you can bring the legs together for a moment before you stretch back out again. Sometimes we get a little crook in our hip here, a little weird feeling, and you can adjust that and fix that by just bringing the legs together. So once again, we've got the divine flesh up from underneath us. We have a slight twist depending on how much of a stretch you have between the legs. And we're going to reach over and out with that top hand. So again, we've got a nice side body stretch there. Opposite hip stays on the floor to the side that we're stretching over. So you get a good lengthening there. And then hands come down. We flip towards that leg, drop the head down, increasing the hamstring stretch on this side. But you may feel a stretch on the side of your spine. Good. Reaching this hand, pressing it against that ankle, and then adjusting the back hand and twisting towards that back hand. So your spine's getting a twist to the opposite direction. Good. And then come back to your neutral position, drop the head down. Again, it may feel like you've gotten farther over, and then we're gonna roll up through our spine, and we should be set up to do this to the other side. So here we go. Slide, reach all the way over. Opening up, making sure that top arm is lifted, that we've not crunched over. Really opening, still pressing through the heels in that flex position. Good. Drop down. Nose goes down towards the knee. You're flattening out. Keeping the opposite hip on the floor. Good. And then take the back hand, the front hand to the back of that ankle there, and then adjust the back hand and press with that hand to help you twist. Many places you may be feeling the stretch. And then come back down, nose to the knee, both hips are on the floor. See if you feel like you've gone a little farther over on that leg, and then roll up through the spine and come to the center. Good. Okay, if you need to release the legs and bring them together, you can, but come back out into your open position and see if you can open it up a little bit more. Feet are pointed, we're just gonna take a forward roll, straight front. So heads, roll, slide, reach out, heads are down. Let's take 4 deep breaths. Here we go. Breath in, exhale, and try and reach the fingers a little farther forward to deepen the inside thigh stretch. Second breath. Breathe in and reach. Third time. Breath in. Exhale and reach. You're slowly inching out, trying to increase that stretch. And last time. Deep breath in. And exhale. Now in this position, let's flex out through the heels. Push through the balls of the feet and point. Flex out through the heels. Push through and point. 2 more. Flex out through the heels. Push through and point. And last time. Flex out through the heels. Push through and point. Excellent. Enjoy the reaching that you're getting forward and also out in opposite directions for each legs. Okay, rolling up, using your hands to help you come to an upright position. And let's gently bring the legs together and shake them out. Good. Let's go back to our hands and knees. And let's take that roll, ripple through our spine again, and notice how much more fluidity you might have through that spine after doing all of the exercises we've done. So we're starting with the hands and knees right in underneath the joints, the shoulders and hips. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going into our cat. And now we're pushing our hips forward. We can move our hands forward, ripple through, and come into that lift through the spine, shoulders are down. You might find this is much easier and you have more range of motion than you did at the beginning of class. And moving the derriere back and coming back into your child's pose. All the way down. Repeat, ripple, up, let it come forward, push, drop, and extend. And coming back, push it back, enjoying the motion and what's happening through your spine. Heads are loose. And lift up. Breathe. Push it through. Arc. Up. And coming back into your child's pose. Good. All the way down. Let it go. And last time. Coming up. Lift. Breathe. All the way down. And press. Good. Let's come back into child's pose one last time. Allowing the body to ripple there. And rest. Roll up through the spine. Let's take some shoulder rolls. We're going to go forward, up, back, and down. Forward, lift, back, and down. Forward, lift, back, and down. Forward, lift, back. Let's reverse that. So we're going to the back, push it up, front, and down. So we're really working through those shoulders. Lift, front, and down. 2 more. Back. Lift, forward, and down, and back. Lift, forward, and down. Excellent. Okay, we're going to go into a plank, but we're going to make the plank be resting on our front arm here. So we're going to get our elbows down and then go into our plank and hold on to our abdominals here. Breathing, holding, good. Keep it going. See how long you can make this go last. Breathe. Excellent. Now we're going to shift and push our hips back, bring our legs maybe a little bit closer to us, and go into a down dog. So we're lengthening through that whole spine and the heels, and just relaxing out from that plank. But we're going to go back into it. So elbows go down, push the feet back, and here we go. Hold. We're breathing. 2, 3, keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's take it back into that down dog, lifting with the arms, push, heels go down, maybe bringing those feet a little bit closer to us and pressing those heels a little bit more. We're going to take this 2 more times. If you find that it's too much pressure on your shoulders or your arms, you can take a regular plank, extending the arms. But if you can, let's come back down into that elbow position and hold. 8 counts. 1, holding on to the abs. 2, keep going. 3, 4, breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, and now here we go. Push back up, press, maybe move the feet, pushing the heels down, getting a length through the hamstrings and through the spine. Shoulders are relaxed. Try not to hunch them up, and wiggle that head. And here's our last time. And elbows go down. You have to find the right way to get into it. Hold. 1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, keep going. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And coming back up once more, adjusting the feet into your down dog. Really feel the length and the whole stretching out. Good. Bring the knees down as you pull through the toes and go back into your child's pose for a moment. Take a breath and then roll up through the spine. We're going to take another hamstring stretch on our backs, more of a traditional dance stretch. But let's roll down once again through our spines, activating the abdominals. So from here, back to straight. We're rolling down. Breathe. Let everything go down into the floor. Vertebra, vertebra, and then legs go out. And just shimmy out on the floor for a moment, trying to flatten the body into the floor. And then come back to your parallel pointed position with your legs. And we're going to bring that front leg in, hug the knee into the chest. So we're going to now extend the legs, trying not to let this knee go backwards as best we can. Maybe you don't come to a complete straight leg, but we're trying to open up and really feel that deep hamstring stretch. And then fold the knee in, breathing. Exhale, reach and stretch. How far out can you get with that leg? 2 more. Bend that knee in. Exhale, lengthen and stretch. Way out there. Good. And last time. Bend that knee in, knee to the chest. And then extend, use your breath to help you, and reach. Now at this point, we're going to flex out through that top foot. And then try and bring your head up towards your knee. So you're really feeling a deep, deep stretch there. Opening up as much as you can. Excellent. Come back down. Let's point the foot. Now we're going to have the bottom leg come into a parallel bottom wall up to this top leg. So we have lift it up and stretch it out and down. And as you stretch down with that back leg, you're going to open up this front leg again. And if you need to bring your hands together to help get that leg coming into that position, please feel free to do that. Here's our third one. Reach and stretch it out. And last time, lift it up and stretch it out. Hug the knee in and slide that leg out. And let's take a flex from a bent knee position here through both legs. So you're pressing the heels down and push out. So some of you may have gotten a bit of a cramp from pointing that much. So we're pressing out through the heels there. Good. And release. Let's take it to the other side. So we've got that back leg in. Hug that knee in. This leg is long. And we're coming up. And we're extending that leg up. Good. And again, bend that knee in. Hug that knee where it is. And try not to backtrack on that knee. Even if your leg doesn't come to a complete straight position, you will find that you're getting a deeper hamstring stretch when you work that way. And knee comes in, bending the knee in, and stretch it up. Lengthen, reach all the way up there. Good, and let's take that once more. Bend that knee in, and extend, stretch, and lengthen. Now we're going to flex out through that top leg, really pushing the heel out. And then we're going to lift our heads up. So we're making our heads go towards the knee to increase that stretch there. Good. So we're getting a deep, deep stretch. Now come back down with the head, point the foot, and we're taking those parallel battements. Lift, and as you press down with that front leg, we're trying to pull this back leg closer to the head. Let's repeat that. Lift it up, and reach it out and down. Good. Lift it up. Reach out and lengthen. We have one more. And lift it up. Reach and lengthen and down. Now bring the knee in. We're going to drop the foot down and draw the other leg up and come into a flex position and push out through the heels. So we're reaching out through those heels and stretching the lower leg. Good. And drop down. Excellent. Let's roll to the side. Knees are bent. And undulate through the spine to an upright position. Good. Now let's fold our legs. We've got one leg in front of the other. Getting the divine flesh out from underneath us and coming upright with that spine. And let's just take some circles with the head. So we're going to drop the head down, circle over to your right, lift it up, and around to the other side. Keep going. Drop it down. Reach, lift it up. Drawing a circle with your chin and around. And you can do this with your eyes closed if you want to. We've got two more in this direction. Keeping the spine long, all the way around and down. And last one, reach and lift. All the way up and come down to the chest. Let's reverse that. So we've got reaching over to the side, lift, up, and around. Now, because we switched our direction to going towards the left, you may find that you've got some different areas that are getting a deeper stretch than when you worked circling to the other side. We've got two more. Reach it over and breathe up. All the way around and down. And once more, circling around. Lift it up. Breathe around. And all the way down, chin to the chest. Keeping that head down there, just really focus on bringing the chin to the chest so you can open up in the back of the neck a little bit more. And then draw the chin up and let's open up to the front a little bit more. Good. And come back to neutral. Let's just take a nice slow slide to this right there with our side body stretch here with our knees in this open position. And feel that reach. And then we're going to sort of slide around to the other side. It's a bit of a sway. Elbow comes down, opening up. Repeat. Curving a little bit to the front, slide, reach, and out. Good. And roll, letting the head go with you. Now that we've opened up that neck, maybe you find that your head can go to the side a little bit more. Let's take two more. Just as sort of a soothing ending to the class here. Our bodies like to rock and drop, slide over to the side. Beautiful. And once more, slide, breathe, all the way over to the side. How far up can you get with that opposite hip staying on the floor? And then drop, head is loose, slide, opposite hip stays on the floor, reach out with that arm. Excellent. Come back to neutral position and let's roll up through the spine and stack that spine up. Vertebra by vertebra. I hope you've enjoyed this class. Thank you for joining with me. And so let's finish class by reaching the arms out Arms up, hands come together. Bring the hands to the heart chakra and give thanks to yourself. We are giving our bodies a chance to really open up, to release, to let go of things that we may have held for years, and also some of the tension and stress we may be feeling right now because of the events that are happening in the world. We've got to maintain a way to let things continue to flow through us and not get stuck. All right, if you like this class, please subscribe and you'll be the first to know when a new class has been put up on YouTube. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.